this thing on? Can you hear me? Is anybody out there? Hey, tune in. It's the hottest show, homie, on the West Coast. The Roy Anthony Show. It's the hottest show, homie, on the West Coast. The Roy Anthony Show. It's the hottest show, homie, on the West Coast. The Roy Anthony Show. And it's featuring the homie Big Hank. It's the hottest show, homie, on the West Coast. The Roy Anthony Show. It's the hottest show, homie, on the West Coast. The Roy Anthony Show. It's the hottest show, homie, on the West Coast. The Roy Anthony Show. And it's featuring the co-host Big Hank. It's the hottest show, homie, on the West Coast. Everybody tune in, you dig it? It's funny as hell, my dude. It's where we can kick it. Everything is going down. They about to do the most. It ain't a confrontation, it's a conversation, homie. Yo, on the
What it do? What it do? What it do? Once again, this is the Roy Anthony Show. Welcome to the Roy Anthony Show. I am Roy Anthony. Man, this is Thursday, November the 3rd, 2022. And it is a blessing just to be amongst the living. And I was just looking at myself and I just been blessed, you know. And CO2R Richie King just popped in. I'm Roy Anthony. Welcome to the Roy Anthony Show. We will be letting everyone know there's a lot of different things starting to happen up. You know, I know a lot of people say, oh, yeah, I've been talking about a studio and this and that, and we really working on it. Man, I done teamed up and networked with cats all around the U.S. and the Woe Entertainment, and which I'm going to those credits, which the Roy Anthony Show falls under the platform of the Woe Entertainment. This is like our 5th week of our 5th season. The end of the 4th week of our 5th season. I had to look back at it, and we fall under the umbrella of the Woe Entertainment, which was created by Richie King, aka Redneck Pimp, and along with the co-creator Goose. Then we have our sponsors, our social producers. Let me get always them. Blue Phoenix, one of our top social producers, who is also ranked 9th in the world in the gaming systems and stuff. It's not a game. She doesn't know how to work and make it work and stuff. She's always ranked. So she's ranked 9th in the world, along with our other social producer, Athens, to keep everything running, the different social media platforms, everybody who shares with us. We have one of our good sponsors, Matthew Brooks. And then we have good neighbors, like our neighbors, BB Nation, Backwood Veterans, based out of Oregon. It's on the West Coast. And, you know, it's a trip because, you know, I promote other people's podcasts or their shows. And the BB Nation has a show on Wednesdays called Humpback Hangovers and stuff. So if you ever have a chance to go check out their show, it's pretty tight and stuff. It's called Humpback Hangovers and stuff. And they play a lot of rock and I don't even know how to say it, just rock, you know. And then on Friday nights is rockabilly. And I've listened to it a few times. Sometimes I can't sign in, but they done got me hooked on this called Hick Hop, right? Sometimes if you come in on Monday nights, you'll hear me playing because I mix it up, all different genres of music on our Monday night music show. Now on Tuesdays and Thursdays, the Roy Anthony Show podcast, where you see us live. Yes, on Tuesday and Thursdays, every Tuesday and Thursdays, 12 p.m. Central Standard Time, 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. And then Richie has his show, the WO Entertainment Show with him and co-star Commander will be on, which is on Tuesday evenings, which is 6 p.m. Central Standard Time, which is 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Now, you know, my co-stars will be coming in. Big Hank, who's comes out of Long Beach. That's been my ace coon boom, and especially within our podcast and the different comedy venues that we've been doing. We're working together solid now since 2018. And then we have our other co-star, Cynthia Joy, who will be joining us, which I want to promote Cynthia Joy because Cynthia Joy is very creative. She is not someone just here on the scene. She is very creative. I've been exploring everyone to buy her book, for real. Cynthia Joy Towner, Strength in You, Fight Lives in the Heart of a Survivor. And she practices where she preaches. So you can go to Amazon, you look up Cynthia Joi Towner, that's Joi Joy Towner, Strength in You, Fight Lives in the Heart of a Survivor. Um, hi, a minute. If I'm saying that, Mephisto 08, hi. We starting to get people who's asking us to, want to, sponsor. We've been asking, people's been asking us, we promote some of their clothing lines sometimes, and before, our subject today is about voting. Sometimes I like to get the intro and everything out, get us settled in. This is like if we all meeting at the cafe and we having a conversation. That's what it is. Where it's just a conversation. It's not a confrontation. It's a conversation. There's certain things that Roy says that doesn't reflect what WO says, or even anybody who is associated with me in type of way. I'm not a person who seeks to be grouped as a person who is going to mislead people with misinformation. Some of the subjects that we even, it bothers me at times, but is for the spirit in me is to keep it civil. And me and Big Hank have prided ourselves on being able to talk to anybody. Once our studio is complete, we've already talked about having, someone like the couple of spokespeople for the Proud Boys to sit down with some of these couple of cats, what they call this, the Atifas, and just be able to sit down and talk with them. Oh, there's my one of the co-stars in. What's up with you, Cynthia Joy? How you doing?
What's up, boo? How you doing, honey love?
I'm doing fine. When I saw that bed post, I was like, oh. I was just talking about you. Just brought this up because I was just asking everybody, please go, if you have chance, you want a real true survivor story or a survivor guide, help you testimony and stuff, go to Amazon, look up Cynthia Joi Towner, Strength in You, Fight Lives in the Heart of a Survivor.
Facts. Thank you, baby. I appreciate you, honey.
Oh yeah, and people see this and stuff, and I endorse if it's real, I'm gonna endorse it. If it's fake or something that's not beneficial to people, you won't see me actually promoting stuff like that, right? Matter of fact, not only is her book is serious about her, she didn't know this was gonna come up. I'm gonna share something with y'all, with the world, before we go into our subject. I said, man, she is so wonderful. This is my sister right here. And I got nothing but love for her. We're gonna put this in. Let me bring this up to add this to the screen. And
nigga gotta set it, then I gotta go, and then I gotta get it, then I gotta blow, and then I gotta shut it. Any little thing a nigga think it be doing, because it doesn't matter, because I'm gonna
stop you from smiling and embracing the challenge of life. And all you can do is laugh and smile.
I'm sad as hell.
Meeting or meeting. That's right. Have fun. Real for real. Boy, I know that's right. Hey, I give you a round of applause for that. You know that?
Look, I was tired as hell.
I bet you was.
But it was so much fun.
Hey, I did nothing but applaud you. You know, everyone around, please applaud Cynthia Joi. Um, a, a true positive survivor of a stroke victim, man. And it's amazing because I look at this. You know, when a person is healed, it doesn't mean that the situations around her stop. It's just that she got a mindset of how to still work the same thing because she still got 2 kids. She had to keep shelter over her head. So she still got the same amount of bills.
Right.
You
Facts.
feel me?
Life
When
didn't stop. Absolutely.
you feel me? Okay. And she knows I'm not making fun. I'm just telling what it is. Half her side of her body stopped working.
It was paralyzed. Facts.
Yes, it was paralyzed. And so now it's coming back. Those of y'all whose body is all working, look at that. Look at that. Look at that. You see, 80% of y'all who are seeing it, your whole body work. And so it's your mindset. Cynthia has one of the most positive outlooks in life. She is not just giggly like this just because she's on the podcast. I call her, she'd be like, hey, handsome dumpling face, sugar coated lips, apple dumpling eye.
Hey,
I be hungry after she gets through saying something. What you say?
I say I'm joy for a reason.
I see it.
Stroke couldn't steal that from me. God knew who I was before I did.
Yeah. But you know, some people would throw their hands up and say, my life is over.
Facts.
You know, joy and laughter. Like, have you ever laughed so hard that the back of your head got tight?
Yeah.
Well, you know why? It's really scientifically because the scientists can't get to this now. When the back of your head is doing like that, your brain is opening up and releasing a special endorphin into your cerebellum that goes through your cerebellum is your whole nervous system.
Mm-hmm.
And this laughter releases an endorphin that cures every disease, every infection and whatever through someone's body.
Mm-hmm.
This is scientifically proven. People is facing their deathbed. You know, what type of mindset do you think a person going to have? And so, oh, sir, you got cancer. What? Yeah. No, you're going to be depressed. You're going to be like, you know, and some of our people commit suicide because of situations they can't find themselves getting around. Here's our other co-star. He's in the house. Big Hank is in the house.
Man, what's happening, y'all? What's going on?
How you doing, honey love?
What's up, Cynthia? How you doing?
I'm good. How about you?
Good, man. You still doing your exercises?
You already know it.
That's what I'm talking about here, man. Keep it up.
We just showed her video.
No way.
Yeah, I should bring it back.
Nigga, she be getting down, Jack. She be getting down.
That part where Buster Rhyme, and I was like, I got tired. Like,
yeah, me too, man. She had me. I was doing them with her. I was keeping her ass straight. Go get that mother. Do it. Shit, get it. I was getting it with her, man. I'll be getting it with her.
And it's so good to see everybody on, man.
Yeah,
that's the only thing. We were just high sign and grateful to God. You know.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You know, when we're not just talking to ourselves on this platform.
Right.
We've been going around the world, bro.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
People find that they've been, you know, in our way, it breaks out a stereotype that one, we're not sitting up here talking gangster and everything. We've
Right.
been through the world's life, but we know how to articulate
Right.
where, we may not talk where we're using, certain words. Even I've gotten better because Big Hank used to correct me all the time.
Right. Right.
I to
Right.
pronounce my words a little bit correctly.
Yes, sir.
I still use the word bona fide.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? Because Webster Dictionary said if you can have a definition to a word and can use it properly, it could be a word.
That's right. That's right. You just got to put it in the right context. You know what you're doing, man. You got it down,
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
And so when we come before the whole world and admitting that, that God is real,
God is real.
Salvation through his son, Jesus Christ.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Push our faith on other people.
No.
I don't ever pressure.
No.
I said you like God has said to me, right where I was.
That's right. And that's what he do. And you ain't gotta clean yourself up. You ain't gotta go, man, you know what? I'm gonna come next week when I feel better. When I do, no, you could come right now, just like you are. You could come to him and he accepts you.
Yeah.
Yes.
And that's just how it is. You feel me? And
yes, sir.
I know I'm a witness of it.
Yeah, me too.
I've been down 10 to 15 below existing surface and stuff. And looking straight down at the dirt.
At the curve. Yes, sir.
I'm trying to say help for anybody. Only
yes,
God can hear me because I got a mouthful of dirt.
That's right, man.
And next thing you know, I'm being lifted up.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And stuff. And something I meant to do it. I said, the pardon. I'm just going to start throwing out a scripture because some people think that I go to church, and that's it. That's a good practice. But if you don't have it in your heart to do it real, to do it right.
Yeah.
Look here. I've been paying. Everybody in the world knows how I started minting about my tithes. And God said, if you're ashamed of me, I'll be ashamed of you.
If you're ashamed of me, if you're ashamed of me in front of your people, yeah.
Because look, how you gonna go out and act a fool and then say, Lord, help me?
Right.
You ain't ashamed, like, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You can't say, I ain't worried about no God and all that, and then ask him to help you this and that.
That's right. He gonna, if you deny him in front of your friends, he gonna deny you in front of the Father.
Which is the blessings that where we need the Father to look.
That's right. That's right. Yes, sir.
Because it says an evil man, if an evil man can give to his child, what you think if your Father in heaven going to do?
What you think your Father
weighing odds?
Yes, sir.
Like, you know what? Forget this dude. Hey, God.
Yeah.
Right.
Hook me up.
Okay.
Hook me up.
You've been a loyal person, even in the streets. But now if you turn and be loyal to me, I make you draw all men unto him, right?
Yes, sir. Yes,
and
sir.
And I've learned from Big Hank. Big Hank is just humble about stuff, y'all.
Mm-hmm.
I learned from him so much because a picture tells more than 1,000 words. I do more vocal. He does more illustration.
Thank you, man. Appreciate you.
That's been real. Cynthia too. I had to show her book. I'm telling
you,
go see her book. And
that's what's up.
It's on point. I thought I had the flyer. If somebody can help me with the flyer for well, you know what? Before we go, our subject's been about voting.
Okay.
I want to give out. This brother had been asking me, and I want to show. Coming from Compton, Boozilla 15, Instagram Kamal. Bradshaw, and he got the sweaters. It's called Moms.
Okay.
He got the sweater, and they have the t-shirts.
Okay.
And it's the thing that it's called Moms.
Right.
And, and it's so funny because when he was first telling me, if you want to, he has a whole bunch of stuff. What you do is you go to his Instagram page, and it's called Instagram Kamal Bradshaw. Some cats probably in the streets know him as Boozilla. So I want to give him a shout out on that. And now, Big Hank, let me ask you a question. You wasn't into what you feel about voting.
I think it's a privilege to vote. I think that it's a privilege to vote, man. And I remember when I got out the pen, and for a while they said that when you get out, first of all, ex-cons couldn't vote and all kind of other stuff, man. I still don't know the ins and outs on it, but when I found out I could vote, shit, man.
I know that's right.
I got off my paper and all that, and they was like, man, you know what you can do now? You can vote. I was like, what? Oh shit, I'm finna go vote. And so, man, and that's what I do. And now even more now, I'm really not I don't consider myself up under nothing like a Democrat or Republican. I'm voting for who I think is the best.
Right.
You know, who I think is the best. I don't care if you whatever. What's the Bernie Sanders? What did he run under?
That's what I'm saying. He run Democrat. Wait.
Yeah. Was he Democrat? I thought he ran like. I thought he ran like.
Cut you off real quick, Big Hank. Right. I lie to you not.
Go ahead.
Big Hank was not here for the show Tuesday, y'all. He had other concerning matters.
Right.
You were speaking just what we was talking about. I was just telling that I wrote Bernie Sanders in on the ballot.
I got a question though for you, Big Hank.
Go ahead, sweetheart.
Did you know all about the politics when you was able to vote? Like, did you know about the candidates already?
No, not when I first started voting. No, I was just who voted, I was just going what everybody else do. I vote Democrat and did that, but I don't do that. I don't do that no more. I vote for who I think is the best, or who I think defines my views the best. That's what I vote. Right. I think somebody define my views the best.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was going to say, because I know when I don't know every candidate, so sometimes I get my ballot mailed to me. So before I send mine back and all that kind of stuff, I'm looking at everybody's stuff and what they represent before I mark my stuff in, because I can't remember what everybody's representing. So that's why I asked you that.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate the question. Yes, ma'am. And you stay keeping yourself updated. That's what you do. You stay updated, because sometimes I get there, I'll be like, John Hernandez,
right?
Cynthia Valenzuela. What are they? I don't even know. So I just so when I do that, I vote for the good name on it. The good name, the name, the good name. I like the. I don't do all the other names. I vote for. He look English. He look English. That's English person right there. English.
Hey man. Oh my God. Now you on a subject that I hadn't even thought about that, because like when I went to vote for presidency, they had a whole bunch of other stuff, and I'm like, wait a minute, I don't know nothing about these guys.
I don't know nothing about Philip Bartholomew. Who is that?
For real?
Who's Philip Bartholomew? I don't know where he's running.
Listen, and I thought they was all talking shit, but when I saw Kanye's name on that ballot, I was disappointed.
Oh shit! I scratched that nigga name off my thing, like Kanye. That nigga name off of there.
I had a piece of black tape like this, it's so funny, Big Hank, because I said the same thing about when I voted. I vote for. I'm not a Republican or Democrat. And I vote for who I feel trying to help humanity.
Yes, sir.
I'm not worried about tax cuts and stuff, because I'm tired of living around poverty. And then we're up here promoting a third world country and looking at all the poverty over there. I'm like, I was watching 60 Minutes and they over here trying to capture up bats and stuff to try to. I'm like, man, you know what? Stop trying to help them people in this country over there. You get over here and help some of these people who's homeless and everything like that. So I'm about humanity in our borders. Now somebody comes in, I don't knock a foreigner, because I look at it like David said. I was at a black church and the lady got up. She said, "Yeah, these Mexicans are just taking our jobs." I said, "Wow." I got up and left, because
Yeah.
David said, I was young and now I'm old, and I've never seen the righteous forsaken or the seed begging for bread.
Begging for bread.
Right.
I ain't never been out of a job because I've seen Latinos do jobs that I'm not doing.
Man, I bet you I'm not finna stand out there on that corner for 20 hours and try to get you niggas to buy a flower. Be like, here with a flower. I'm not finna do it. I'm not finna do it.
I'm not going to have you drive while driving to Irvine while you see me bent over at a strawberry patch.
Right. No, I'm not going to do that one either. I'm not going to do that one either.
You know,
I'm not going to do that one either. I'm not going to do it either. I'm too tall for that shit. My back be hurting like a mother. I can't bend over a lot of shit. Too tall for that shit. My back be hurting.
Hey, but look, so I vote for humanity as well. And when it came down in 2016, I didn't vote for Hillary Clinton or former President Donald Trump. You got 5 suggestions that they give you as alternates. So I wrote in Bernie Sanders too. You know what I'm saying? Because this man idea done brought $33.5 billion to the economy just this year. You feel me? So, yeah. But I do give endorsements, and people know that it doesn't make. When we say we're not Democrat Republicans, Miss Connie Johnson, who is running for governor of Oklahoma. We've had Senator Connie Johnson. Please beg my pardon, Senator Connie Johnson is running for governor. She's a Democrat.
Yeah.
Then my boy William Rodriguez Morrison, who was running for mayor of LA, and now he's running for a high councilman. But it's sure looking pretty good for him with all this scandal and stuff. But he's running as a Republican, and the thing about it is that I can't break it out here in the public, y'all, because a lot of times when cats talk to me, they talk to me in confidentiality, and that's why I don't, I really don't have the money to fight with Eric Garcetti and all this. But he have shared with me some stuff that I realized, like, hey, the Democrats down there is effing up. And we probably need a Republican because they are thinking more about the infrastructure in his community. He's not the president of the United States. But back to what you said, Big Hank. When I vote, I'm going for the main thing. But then it was all these districts. And like yourself, I tried to scan through. Like when I was voting for some of the Los Angeles judges, I was like, okay, what does this judge do? Did he have a high rate of convictions? And then I'm looking at his name, I'm like, Osborne. I'm like, nah, he seemed a little bit too mean. I think I'm gonna go with this professor dude, right? Like that. But Cynthia, you said something too, sometimes we make up our minds that we know who we're going to vote for and not realizing, that's why I think we said too, see, just because a group of people is voting for something don't mean you have to vote. That is your right. If you 18, own up. You don't own, this is one part of your life. You don't own no one, no explanation.
Right.
Just do it for yourself. That way, if you do have a debate with somebody, be in the right, because I can't debate with somebody who don't take advantage of their privilege of voting.
Right.
And don't come to me talking about so-and-so is messing up, man. Hey, did you vote? Nah, man. Well, hey, bro, I'm sorry. I can't have that conversation with you.
Okay. Yeah. Why are you mad about it if you didn't vote? What you tripping on it for? You didn't vote for it.
You didn't vote for it. So what should I say? Man, so Big Hank.
Yes,
you
sir.
said of all the things that you could have been concentrating on when you did get out, you was happy and elated that you was able to vote.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That is important.
Yes.
Everyone, you hear me. It is important. So what do you say to somebody who says, man, your vote ain't gonna count?
Well, I'm gonna say, man, I used to think that also. At one time I used to think that. I'm like, man, it's a gazillion people in the world. My little one vote gonna help. That ain't gonna, I can't believe it's gonna help. But that's what happens, and that's how you start losing people when they start saying, "Man, my little vote ain't gonna help." Yeah, it ain't gonna help because you ain't voting. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right. It ain't gonna help because you ain't voting. So, and I figured out that if everybody said the same thing I said, we would never win nothing. If everybody said, "Man, my my little vote ain't gonna do nothing," and if everybody did that shit, then we never would get nobody in there that's gonna help us out. So that's what changed my mind. And as you get older, man, you mature more and you start looking at them damn gas prices. You be like, wait a minute, did I vote for that nigga?
Right.
Did I vote for that? Did I vote for that nigga that got the prices up to $7, $8? Yeah, so yeah, you just you start growing up and maturing.
And this is where I think that sometimes, because I don't get into, because a person, I want people to know this. I don't vote for a person just because they black. I went through that with former President Barack Obama. The first 4 years I voted for him because he was black. I'll be honest. The second term, I had to see his views because things didn't come together like I thought it was. I mean, I'm just being honest.
Yeah.
Things, he
didn't do what we thought. He didn't do what we thought. He didn't do what we thought. I just knew we was finna go get a big check. I just knew a big check was finna come in the mail. I just knew it. A big check.
It's like the brother said in Detroit, Michigan. I thought he spoke. If anything, any quote of the 21st century, I always go by his quote when he said, like, the first day was like going to the beach.
Yeah.
It was just 8 years. And then somebody came like, well, that I've had people throw it at me, and I'm like, look here, I don't worship no man. He was the president of the U.S. at that term. I owe him respect like I owe little Jimmy and Big Hank and Michael Netherly and Michael and
any other man or woman.
There it is, because I only worship God. I understand this part. I don't celebrate people. I tell my dislike. I ain't tell nobody dislike someone. Like, I really don't. It was hard for me to vote because I didn't like Kamala Harris, because I know personally what things she have done in California. And so anything that she kind of puts her hand on right now, I really don't, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think we should hold where the Supreme Courts need to be able to return every 3 or 4 years. I don't see why they get to keep their position as a lifetime situation. Because as soon as you go to them, then they the final law of stuff. I'm like, what is this, a kingdom? King.
Right. And listen, and so that's what they did. They set it up like that.
Yeah.
Okay. They set it up like that so they can make sure they got somebody right there all the time. They got somebody in there. That's why it's important for them to get people in there when they can get people in there. You see them trying to, they be waiting for people to die. They be waiting for people to die so they can get somebody else up in there.
Yeah. And see, I think that is, because fairness, justice is supposed to be blind. And what I've seen was one of the justices, I'm not going to call the name, but the wife is part of all this conspiracy stuff too.
Yeah.
And if it gets to them, just like it looked really bad when it was asked for Senator Graham to come down and speak in Georgia and stuff, and all of a sudden, the Supreme Court justice tells them, hold up, let me put a halt a little bit. See, and that makes it unfair to, especially, all right, here you go serve this country. And then all of a sudden you come back because you've been fighting this tyranny abroad to come back, and you got to live with this tyranny that's worse than what you was fighting. So then here we got some soldiers feeling like, man, I wasted my life listening to you. You know, I'm out here believing you. Oh man, look, bro, November the 10th, we got Randy Walters coming in. He's an MMA fighter, but he was an Army Ranger for real. And so, man, he shared some stuff with me last night. I said, dude, I ain't trying to sound like a roving reporter, but he was already a guest. But I told him he got to talk on it because, when we think as a general public, we think about the Army Rangers, you think in the A-Team because they were Army Rangers. But them real Army Rangers, like them Navy SEALs, got to do some things that ain't on the things.
Mm-hmm.
Them jokers can annihilate a whole gang set if they wanted to, and wouldn't be what alarm.
Yeah. Wouldn't even see them niggas. They dressed up like the grass on that mother on there. Niggas look like the grass. Niggas don't do. Niggas look like just come up out the.
You're looking out at your house and see nothing but your fender shining, and all of a sudden that.
Yeah, motherfucker just grab you out the grass and just get you. You be like, damn, nigga, what the?
And you always walking on the grass. For real.
Niggas, yeah, they be dressed. They do their thing.
And so back to this voting, I didn't like people like when I heard Governor DeSantis, because it wasn't that I went by the regular media news. Sometimes I look up research by other people's videos that was there. That ain't going to make it to the news. They just use it on their platform. So I pride myself with, I got news around this U.S. in certain spots. And some homies send me stuff, right? Man, here it is. Governor DeSantis in Florida they purposely knew that these people was free to vote. But to get the attention that they was cracking down on voter frauds, all stimulating from a lie. See, they've been trying to keep it quiet, but he actually knew where to go, who to get, and sent the police to arrest these guys. Older people like yourself got the rights restored, was arresting them. Okay, arrest 14 people, 12 of them were black. People had never been like, man, what the world you? I was on probation. I got off. They said, hey, here's my paper. The judges told them, hey, don't use our courtroom as a political farce. The police didn't even know how to arrest these people.
Shit.
See, when you going against a man because you're trying to make it seem like I'm a true right winger and I'm going to make this country be whipped in shape. Dude, we've heard them movies. That stuff don't move us. It moved me when I first seen Mississippi Burning. Now, that doesn't affect me because we fought for change. Like Big Hank said, we had to go vote. We had to pull up. Now, they constantly trying to move the finishing line. It shouldn't be so hard to go vote. If you're so worried about winning or losing, stop trying to cheat. Cheating is when you making it hard where a person got to drive 8 hours to go to a ballot.
That's cold. That's cold.
And wait until we call the letters of your name, which if your name is W, starts with a W on down to Z, your ass gonna be here for a minute. Just because you the one, if I was running politician, let the ballots be. Put it in a sealed box. If people don't break into apartment complexes, mailboxes where the mail is going out, I knew you can lock up and secure this thing with a surveillance there of people dropping their votes in. Stop trying to make it, you feel me, push the finishing line up. Don't want to release power. All these 70, if you 75 on up, you shouldn't be increasing every time. I notice these senators increase the where you can retire at this age would increase up their Social Security money. What you getting Social Security money for while you getting a paycheck in Congress? If you don't quit, go sit your tail down and let the people who are 62 and under run this country.
Yeah, because that's who finna be here. You ain't finna be here much longer. Sit your old ass down somewhere.
You don't know how to use the cell phone. You don't know this and that. Ring around the circles. You feel me?
Yeah.
And then what it does is it bothers me when I see the young people and stuff, some young whites heckling somebody, this one black guy wants to go over there to the white party because they go to school together and everything. And he goes over there and they get him, they have him, daring him to drink and all that. And then want to fight with him, want to knuckle up with him while he's drunk. And throw down. Now, my thing is, why don't you make it even, Steven? Come to one of our parties, young folk, and let's see, you know what I'm saying? Let's see where, like me and the homies used to do, we'd drink a can of beer, and each whoever cave, they hit him in the chest. You got to drink it straight down. Boo! If I drink my, boo. Yeah, if we throw up a few times, stuff like that. People on the
side. Yeah, of course we threw up a couple of times, but that's how it goes. That's how you get tough.
They told her you better hold it down. This stuff is coming out my nose and stuff.
I would have went home to mom. I would have went home to my mama crying. I'd be like, man, they hit me in the stomach after I drank some beer, mama. I didn't know they do that shit.
All that stuff was flowing and stuff. I was kind of like, bring it down and like, hold it. All the stuff, right? But see, some cats, but some of this little racial stuff. And my thing is, I vote, like you said, Big Hank, I vote for about humanity. I don't care if you're a Democrat, Republican. Because in 2016, I got the Democratic book came to my house. Since I was a free American, Republicans sent me something, and Democrats sent me something as being a resident of California. And so I opened it. It was, nice little pamphlet. It had like former President Barack Obama and his wife and the 2 kids sitting in front of the Democratic ballot, like it was a Christmas card. I'm like, oh, okay. And so I'm opening, I'm reading what they telling you what to vote for. Say, vote for this, do not vote for that. And then it came down to legalization of cannabis, and it said no. I said, what? I threw that joker in the trash. If I realized these were your views, I wouldn't have voted you for you.
Right. won't be voting for them. That's for damn sure. That's for them.
Notice that they didn't become legal. This didn't come legal during the Democratic presidency. The states, what he said was, I'm gonna make sure that the federal stay out of it. Let the states prove. That's why state of Washington, state of Colorado, and the state of Oregon went legal.
Yes, sir.
California went medicinal. Now, he did take his power and sign same-sex marriages.
Yeah, that's what he did do.
Don't you smoke no weed, you take it dry.
Right. We got now we got 3 different bathrooms. We used to only have 2.
That's a listen.
I mean, that was former President Barack Obama.
That's crazy to me.
He's good friends to Steph Curry. They shoot free throws together.
Barack Obama be smoking a cigarette and shooting free throws and shooting hoops. That nigga
he got the Newports down, but we don't
got the Newports. That nigga be getting it in.
We don't talk about him and them smoking them cigarettes. He is a holy man. Look, when he first got elected, this tripped me out. I went over to, the black community was going crazy. With some people, not all. Because if you came through the world of life that like we have, not to get all happy about certain things. Get back and watch. But I went over these one people's house. I lie you not. They had the 3 crosses. They had Martin Luther King on one cross, Malcolm X on the other cross, and Barack Obama was there on the cross like that.
You know what?
For real. I said,
you dumb as hell.
I lied you not. That was there. And they talking about you want to help me hang this up. I said, you know what? I got to go right.
Yeah, I'm gonna think I'm gonna step out. I'm gonna step out of this house. I think I'm gonna step out of this house.
Rock like this. He wasn't my savior. He was General Motors and Bank of America and all that savior. But he didn't do no savior for me. Jesus Christ, even if I don't say his name correctly. You know, he knows. God knows. I just tell him, am I correct? I told him earlier, the views that come out of Roy Anthony does not represent Big Hank or Cynthia Joi or the Woe Entertainment or anybody who's associated with me. But I'm just telling the truth.
You a whole damn fool. I want you to know that.
He said Barack was up there right there.
That's how they had this picture. You think I'm playing? They asked me, could I help them hang it up? Since I'm a civil designer.
The nigga said Malcolm X was on that. Malcolm X on the cross.
Remember the two thieves?
Malcolm X.
Yeah, one was on each side of Christ. They had Malcolm X over on the left. And Martin King was on the right. And Barack Obama was in the middle like this.
No, man, stop.
They said, will you help us hang this up? I said, no, I got to go.
You play all day.
That nigga lie.
I would not be taking this outspoken, outrageous blasphemy. I can't
Blasphemy, man.
Yeah. Man, something started shivering inside me like if you touch that. I might as well say Candyman 5 times in the mirror.
Yeah. If I help y'all put this up, I might as well say Candyman.
I'm passing against the Holy Spirit.
Man, you going straight up under the hell. under hell. You going up under hell when you messing with that.
You feel me? I don't know the results of these people's lives to this day.
I ain't seen
them. That was when.
Soon as you walked out, their house blew up. Boom.
2008. I have not seen them people. I don't know. I don't know how they living or not. I don't even, for real. When I walked in, they say, yeah, I seen the picture. It was a big old picture. I said, what y'all about to do with that? Yeah, we hang this up.
This nigga retarded, man. Something wrong with you.
My grandmother had the picture of the white Jesus that no matter where you walked around, the eyes followed you.
Uh-huh.
For real.
I know about that picture.
Actually, look, and so I said, Grandma, why that picture make it seem like it's looking at me? That lets you know that Jesus is always watching, baby. I'm thinking like, let me get behind the frame part because I don't like. But see, when we vote, Big Hank, he said he listened to see whose name sounds nice.
I'm not voting for that name. Not voting for him. No.
Especially, you know, when you said that, it made me think because one time, and I asked anybody forgive me. It was Ivan Vedovich. And I'm like, oh, he sound like he ain't from Russia.
Right. He sound like he Indian or something.
I didn't vote for him.
That's right.
He might have been a good dude.
I'll be looking for some black names. Somebody named McKnight or something. Johnson. You looking for some McKnights on that phone. Ain't no McKnights on here. Ain't no McKnights on this mother.
Oh my goodness. Hey man, you talk about voting. Make sure you know what you're voting for.
Please.
Did you hear about Disney Corporation? You know they got a black dude who's the president of Disney.
No, I didn't know that.
Wait a minute. I was watching the okay.
It's about to go down on Disney.
They thought
they go shut us down. Joy said they go shut us down.
You know his name. His first name was something like Edward or something like that. But his name was Edwards or something like that. So they thought they was getting a white guy because he's an animator. That's what it is, the president of animation for Disney. So he animated himself to look white. I mean, for real. He gave his right name and everything. And gave the ideas of some production.
How the hell you animate yourself?
The productions. I'm gonna bring the video up for y'all.
He said his name was Edward Edwards.
It was like Edward Edwards. But his name was turned out to be. Oh no, what it was is they thought his name was Tyson, but it was really Tyrone or something like that. I'm gonna find the video. I'm gonna show you a video, but wait a minute. So man, they vote for him because of the ideas they had and the way he wanted to go take Disney. So they voted for him.
Right.
So when he showed up to face the board,
it was like, man, your driver's here. Where's the guy at?
Yep.
The driver's.
He walks into the boardroom. They got some videos of where he's talking to everybody. They looking at him like.
This nigga tricked us, man. He tricked us, man. We thought he tricked us, man.
You ain't gonna see too much animation come from this.
Right. From now on.
That dude said, the white dude said, I told we shouldn't have released the Lion King.
You dumb.
But they voted. What's the thing is that they all voted. Now with Disney, you can't just say, "Oh, we made a mistake." Not
they
Disney.
Could. Shit, they could.
Well, not by the binaries, because he's a grand animator. He's one of the animators.
All right, okay.
Yeah, okay.
All right, grand animator. All right.
Yeah.
When the Ku Klux Klan show up at his house, he gonna be the grand animator too.
Hey, I told people I'm gonna shock some people when our little this blessing. I ain't gonna say little. Our blessings go. This blessing comes through. I'm gonna shock a lot of people. I'm trying to buy no airplane and stuff. It's gonna trip a lot of people out when I go down there to Georgia and Tennessee and buy this plot of land. Because
thought you said you was going to Jamaica or somewhere.
Well, I am, but I'm going to
Belize.
Belize. I'm going to Belize.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna still be doing work and stuff because I'm gonna buy me a cotton field.
You know what?
No, I'm serious. I'm not making people. Ain't no political real
right now.
No, it's not no political real. I gotta tell you this. When I went down there, I see why God took me down there. Every one of us gotta wear a cotton shirt, cotton t-shirts. We buy these cotton t-shirts. Look here. In the 70s, they was trying to protest against wearing cotton because of the fact of the history of blacks picking cotton. But polyester didn't work for us. You can't go out there and play to a barbecue function with a polyester. That's trying to tear you up. God bless you. It's not like going out.
What is that? What was that?
That was my sneeze.
Yeah, but that joke sound like a long.
sound like one of them. Shit.
Yeah, usually my I choose be like I chew. Hers like I chew.
She was like.
But I was like, I want to say bless you right when it happened. I want to wait for it to end. I didn't want to give you a God bless you.
I had to wait for it to end.
I was gonna say Gesundheit, but I didn't know what the fuck happened. I was like, wait a minute, did she burp? Did she burp and sneeze at the same time? She burped and sneezed at the same time.
Yeah, I said I better say God bless you just in case, because I didn't
know if she had the hiccups or was she sneezing. I didn't know which one was it.
Hey man, but I was serious about buying because look here, every time it paid my attention is when I start going to, sometimes I'm headed to a function and the homies stop at the liquor store to get a fresh white t-shirt.
Yeah.
And he'll say, man, it got to be 100% cotton, man, because you know what I'm saying? I can't do the 50-50. 50% cotton, 50% polyester. It got to be 100% cotton.
Right.
So every time I wear some and stuff, and I found out, and I was like, wait a minute. And so we got all these clothing brands, remember FUBU and all that stuff, right? but they had to use someone's cotton.
True.
I said, what if I had my own thing? They got the machines. Eli Whitney came up with the cotton gin. I was down there seeing them wash out and stuff, and cotton is strong. The sheets, the bed sheets, I can't sleep in no polyester sheets. I need a 300, 500 count.
You need that 500 count, huh?
You feel me? With the strings are very well thin in that cotton and sewn in correctly. Yes, for real. Because I don't like irritation.
You could tell you could tell when you sleeping on some of that boo-boo, some of that polyester mixed twist thing.
Exactly.
You could tell that should be sliding all over the bed with you.
Right.
And I was looking at different clothing. I seen all these people with different clothing. They like, oh, you get the Fruit on the Loom t-shirts, or you get this type of t-shirt and stuff. And I'm like, man, I ain't seen no one with our own t-shirts. I understand the history of it, but I ain't gonna be out there making white folks pick cotton and black folks. I'm not into that. I'm into kind of like Monopoly. I'm not trying to build apartment buildings. I'm trying to build greenhouses, and other people buy their own apartment complex.
Right.
You heard what I said. I'm trying to build greenhouses.
Yeah, I heard you.
I ain't trying to build no apartment complexes. The people who work for me, they buy their own apartment complex. You know, I've always looked at stuff like that. When the Lakers first got Shaquille O'Neal, they brought me in to play with Kobe. They offered him $100 million. I've seen people going off. Man, he playing basketball and he getting $100 million just for playing basketball. But then I told him, I said, man, you looking at the wrong thing, bro. You got to look at the person who can pay him that, pay Kobe and all the other players in the coaching staff. That's the cat I reckon with. Because if he don't have no problems paying Shaquille O'Neal $100 million and everybody else in the staff, you the one because you know what I'm saying? I want to be the guy. Like people know, I'm letting the world know. I've been begging. I've been praying to the Lord. I want to give $1 million tithe.
Wow.
I'm just what I'm aiming for. I want to be able to give $1 million tithes. I ain't been able to give a $10,000 tithe.
You gotta have 10 million.
Yeah, and that's where my aim is. Now, I ain't telling other people to have their same aim. This is my personal thing. I'm not telling you to be like me. I'm just telling you one of my personal spiritual goals.
That's a good one.
You know.
That's good. Yeah, that's
and
a good one.
I'm grateful.
Mm-hmm.
Big Hank, I'm grateful that you could be able to get your rights restored, and you picked up just like what Cynthia was saying. This is our given right to be able to vote.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir, for real. I told Cynthia she got the King Kong bed frame. He's chained up like this. The whole movie scene you come to the Africans, they be all short. For real.
Nigga go up in there, he gotta be strong up in that mode. Look like he gotta be strong up in that mode.
Friends with King Kong. I would be friends. I was like, hey, I would hold his, he'd put his finger down, I hold his big finger. I'd be like, hey, I'd be hitting something and let him hit it.
I like that thing across the top. I'll be holding on to that. I know that what is that up there? That ball. I'll be sorry. I'm just saying. I'm not my bad. I don't want to say no more.
Listen.
Big Hank sound like Richard Pryor.
Get some balance on that one. Give me some balance on that one. Right there.
Yeah, he's coming up all tight.
Right.
A bedroom jungle gym.
Yeah, she got it cracking up in that one. We got to be strong up in that motherfucker.
Oh, man.
You got to be strong.
That's the handy-capable vibes. You need handy-capable vibes for this.
Handle your business, man. Handle your business.
I said I can just imagine.
Yes, sir.
You know, you can tell when what them hitting against the wall would be like, especially if they individually. Boo, 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 boo. Keep
like
gonna show up to your house for real.
Neighbors be like, Cynthia's at it again. Yeah, Cynthia's at it again.
New people be like, what in the world is that?
What's that? Yo, the jungle gym.
Hey,
Yes,
man, I'm out here, good people, man. This has been our hour. Yo,
Yes, sir.
I'm Roy Anthony. This is Cynthia Joi. This is Big Hank.
Big Hank.
We're every Tuesday and Thursday.
Yes, sir.
Look us up on Facebook. You see us Facebook, YouTube, any of those social medias. Big Hank, Hank Norman, Cynthia Joi. We brought up Cynthia's book. Please remember to think about, look for real. If you want a positive reading and stuff, you know, this is her book, you know, Strengthen You, Fight Lives in the Heart of a Survivor. You can
Fight
find
lives
that
in the heart. Fight lives in the heart of a survivor.
Yeah. Cynthia Joi Towner.
Strengthen You. Joy, keep up the good work, sis.
Yeah.
Love you.
We're seeing you in it. Love you too. Love you too, Big Hank.
I love y'all. Y'all have a good one. I have
you too, right? God bless. I enjoy your weekend. See y'all Tuesday, man.
Yes, sir.
God bless.
God bless.
Hey, is this thing on? Can you hear me? Is anybody out there? Hey, tune in. It's the hottest show, homie, on the West Coast. The Roy Anthony Show. It's the hottest show, homie, on the West Coast. The Roy